Naperville Central Cross Country and Track Teams is a distance runner. Look at that amazing form! Just kidding. Anyways, I do distance running because I enjoy it, but that's not all there is to it. Distance running can produce many different benefits for the body and mind, and many processes take place in the body during distance running. In an interview with David Wang, he said, "I got more muscle, lower resting heart rate, and I lost weight." During running, complex processes are taking place in the brain and cardiovascular systems, as our bodies try to supply more energy to our muscles. Let's start with processes in the brain. Did you know running grows brain cells? Well, Running Boosts Brain Power by Kelly Stacy and WebMD states, scientists reporting in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences say that running has a profound impact on the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for learning and memory. So running can actually help you develop your memories and retain them. Have you ever been running and felt this fatigue by the end, that your brain is telling you to slow down and that you're getting more tired by the end? Well, there are two theories for why this happens. The first is the central governor model. The central governor model proposes that your brain wants to preserve homeostasis, which is sort of like how a car wants to preserve the oil pressure and the temperature. The brain also wants to keep a balance within the many systems of your body. The brain wants to keep your potassium levels at a right level in your muscles and other systems of your body to maintain that you don't get injured or any other problems in your functioning. The other theory is a cardiovascular anaerobic catastrophe theory, or CAC theory. This theory proposes that the brain shuts down your body because of muscular acidification, which is because oxygen starts to run out in your muscles and more hydrogen ions are released into your bloodstream, which causes acidification and your brain to shut down. There are also many complex processes in the cardiovascular system. Each runner is assigned a VO2 max. This is how much oxygen you can process at any given time during your running. This is determined by how much oxygen can be carried in your bloodstream and how much your muscles can absorb from your bloodstream. You can improve your VO2 max by having larger, more elastic veins from running more, and by the mitochondria, which absorb that oxygen from your muscles, to be denser inside your muscles along with the enzymes. Your body burns energy in many different ways. It draws energy from 3 different systems. The first is the ATP-PCR system, or the adenosine triphosphate phosphocreatine system. I know this seems complex, but it is actually only 3 different processes your body uses to draw energy from the system. These 2 compounds, ATP and PCR, work together to break down into energy. First, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, breaks down into adenosine diphosphate and releases energy. Phosphocreatine, on the other hand, breaks down into inorganic phosphate, which then combines with the adenosine diphosphate to form ATP again. Then it repeats the process until you have exhausted your ATP, and it goes on to the glycolytic system, which is the next system that your body draws energy from. The glycolytic system relies on glycogen, which is stored energy from carbohydrates that you eat in your liver, and just normal glucose. These are broken down in a system called glycolysis, and it breaks down into pyruvic acid, releasing more energy. After this energy system is depleted, it moves on to the oxidative system. This is a system that relies on oxygen. The previous 2 systems were anaerobic, or without oxygen, and this is aerobic, or with oxygen. In an article, Energy Systems in Sports and Exercise and Sports Fitness Advisor says, the Krebs cycle is a complex series of chemical reactions that continues the oxidation of glucose that was started during glycolysis. So the remaining pyruvic acid from the glycolytic system continues into the oxidative system to release more energy. What happens when you can't supply enough oxygen, you ask? Well, there's this thing called lactic acid. It is generated by your body and was previously thought to be a waste product. But in an article named Understanding Lactic Acid on CBSMoneyWatch.com, it says, previously thought of as a waste product of high-intensity running, it is now thought of as a fuel. What is known as lactic acid, or lactate, is one of many fuel sources, and the subject is definitely more complicated than lactic acid is bad and causes fatigue. The remaining pyruvic acid is converted to lactic acid, and the lactic acid, 75% of it is used for energy, and 25% of it is converted to glycogen, which is then converted to energy again. There is another